of the interpretation of signs or symbols used in agents or communities, within particular circumstances and contexts. Within this view, sounds, facial expressions, body language, and proxemics have semantic, meaningful content, and each comprises several branches of study. In written language, things like paragraph structure and punctuation bear semantic content. Other forms of language bear other semantic content. The formal study of semantics intersects with many other fields of inquiry, including lexicology, syntax, pragmatics, etymology, and others. Independently, semantics is also a well-defined field in its own right, often with synthetic properties. In the philosophy of language, semantics and reference are closely connected. Further related fields include philology, communication, and semiotics. The formal study of semantics can therefore be manifold and complex. Semantics contrasts with syntax, the study of the combinatorics of units of a language without reference to their meaning, and pragmatics, the study of the relationships between the symbols of a language, their meaning, and the users of the language. Semantics as a field of study also has significant ties to various representational theories of meaning, including truth theories of meaning, coherence theories of meaning, and correspondence theories of meaning. Each of these is related to the general philosophical study of reality and the representation of meaning. In 1960s, psychosemantic studies became popular after Osgood's massive cross-cultural studies, using his semantic differential (SD) method that used thousands of nouns and adjective bipolar scales. A specific form of the SD, projective semantics method, uses only most common and neutral nouns that correspond to the 7 groups of adjective scales most consistently found in cross-cultural studies: evaluation, potency, activity as found by Osgood, and reality, organization, complexity, limitation as found in other studies. In this method, 7 groups of bipolar adjective scales corresponded to 7 types of nouns, so the method was thought to have the object scale symmetry (os) between the scales and nouns for evaluation using these scales. For example, the nouns corresponding to the listed 7 factors would be beauty, power, motion, life, work, chaos, law. Beauty was expected to be assessed unequivocally as very good on adjectives of evaluation-related scales. Life is very real on reality-related scales, etc. However, deviations in this symmetric and very basic matrix might show underlying biases of 2 types: scales-related bias and objects-related bias. This OS design meant to increase the sensitivity of the SD method to any semantic biases in responses of people within the same culture and educational background. Linguistics. In linguistics, semantics is the subfield that is devoted to the study of meaning as inherent at the levels of words, phrases, sentences, and larger units of discourse, termed texts or narratives. The study of semantics is also closely linked to the subjects of representation, reference, and denotation. The basic study of semantics is oriented to the examination of the meaning of signs and the study of relations between different linguistic units and compounds: homonymy, synonymy, antonymy, hypernymy, hyponymy, meronymy, metonymy, holonymy. Paronyms. A key concern is how meaning attaches to larger chunks of text, possibly as a result of the composition from smaller units of meaning. Traditionally, semantics has included the study of sense and denotative reference, truth conditions, argument structure, thematic roles, discourse analysis, and the linkage of all of these to syntax. Montague grammar. In the late 1960s, Richard Montague proposed a system for defining semantic entries in the lexicon in terms of the lambda calculus. In these terms, the syntactic parse of the sentence John ate every bagel would consist of a subject, John, and a predicate, ate every